A tragic discovery outside of San Antonio Elementary as school was getting ready to start this morning. I'm Sarah Fergani with KENS 5 News Now. Police say an 18-year-old was found dead around 7 a.m. when officers arrived to Glen Oaks Elementary on Newcomb Drive on the northwest side. They say they found a young man with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His mom told police she noticed her son was not home at 3 a.m., then noticed her handgun was missing. The campus was put on lockdown for a short time while police investigated. A new case of child sex abuse, and deputies say they have arrested a man for the crime. 69-year-old Jerry Wayne Cheshire was taken into custody Tuesday. Bexar County deputies say the victim told them Cheshire sexually assaulted her several times around 4 years ago. Child safe investigators got an arrest warrant and took him in without incident on Ladd Road, southwest Bexar County in Atascosa. Investigators are now asking the public, if you or someone you know have been a victim of Cheshire, call them at 210-335-6000. Deputies bust a human smuggling operation. The woman that you see here is one of 5 people allegedly involved, and the Bexar County Sheriff says they're connected to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Earl Sotomayor shows us just how the criminals ran their operation.
Filming me? What the is your problem?
Mary Lou Tula is locked up in the Bexar County Jail after yesterday's arrest. According to her arrest warrant, she was a driver and stash house operator for a human smuggling operation. According to the warrant, Border Patrol tipped off the Bexar County Sheriff's Office in late April about a human smuggling operation and identified Tula, who was a U.S. citizen, as being involved. Investigators began surveilling her home and tailing her car and eventually spoke to some of the men she was seen with. One of the men, Alonzo Lopez Gutierrez, told deputies Tula picked them up in Corpus Christi so they can go smuggle migrants in Laredo. According to investigators, he explained that Tula dropped him off past the Border Patrol checkpoint to walk 7 migrants through the brush and back to her car. While this was happening, Border Patrol ended up catching 6 of the 7 migrants. Gutierrez says he and the last migrant made it back to Tula's car. According to the warrant, he explained the operation would pay $500 per migrant smuggled. Tula is being charged with engaging in organized criminal activity, smuggling people for financial benefit, and operation of a stash house. The coordinator who ordered Tula's pickups, Jose Francisco Berrientos, was also arrested, along Tula's boyfriend, Alexis Segundo Olivo Fernandez, who is a Venezuelan national. He and Berrientos are believed to have a connection to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. 2 additional suspects, Brandon German Suarez and Brian Jordan Suarez, were also arrested with Tula for alleged drug possession. A 6th suspect was arrested with the others, also believed to have ties with Tren de Aragua. That person is in Border Patrol custody.
President Trump announced the first new trade deal since implementing sweeping tariffs. The Trump administration says the deal with the UK opens up more market access for American companies, in particular farmers. The U.S. says it's negotiating now with more than a dozen other countries, and talks with China are set to get underway this weekend.
U.S. and UK have been working for years to try and make a deal, and it never quite got there. Yeah. It did with this prime minister.
The House also passed a bill that would rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and the bill now moves to the Senate and would require federal agencies to update all maps and documents with the name Gulf of America. President Trump signed that executive order directing the renaming on his first day in office. Police in Ohio making a traffic stop came across something they would have never imagined. Take a look at this.
This is what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe.
The driver had an outstanding warrant and a suspended license, but it was her pet raccoon in the car that was holding a meth pipe that signaled to officers that something else was amiss. The driver ended up having large amounts of drugs in the car and was detained. And by the way, the raccoon's name is Chewy, living up to his name. That is a wrap of your KENS 5 News Now on this Thursday. I'm Sarah Fergani. I'll see you tomorrow.